Wholesale Hotline, where we cover everything to do with wholesale real estate. I'm Jamil Damji.
I'm Brent Daniels.
And I am Pace Morby.
And together we cover the most important parts of wholesale real estate.
Lead generation.
Conversion of sellers into contracts.
And dispositions. Guys, remember, when you're watching this show, do us a favor and squad up in the comments.
Make sure that you are liking and subscribing to the YouTube channels and in the Facebook group Wholesale Hotline.
Most important, we want to know we're doing a great job for you and helping you build your business. So go give us a review on iTunes and or Spotify.
So squad up and enjoy the show!
Welcome to Wholesale Hotline number 175. Pace, this is 15,660 minutes worth of Wholesale Hotline that we have been a part of for the last 3 years. Isn't that exciting?
Beyond exciting, bro.
Yeah. So here we are.
I'm proud of you for being so consistent, dude.
That's it. Listen, I love Mondays and I love Wholesale Hotline. And you know what I love even more, Pace? Wholesaling real estate, doing the deals, the nitty gritty, having a conversation with a property owner that has a personal problem with their property and solving that problem is incredible. And that's why we get paid so much for what we do. And that's why wholesaling real estate is the foundation of everything else. That's how you start building your experience. And you realize that once you have conversations with people that own these properties that they have problems with, well, you have to make an offer. And to be able to make an offer, you have to really understand how to be a closer, right? How to be able to go in there, pre-qualify those property owners based on the condition, the timeline, the motivation and price, and match up and solve their problems with your offer. And we've got 3 guys on here today, which is exciting that they're going to pop on here and talk to us about an exciting event in our industry. Are you part of it this year, Pace? Are you just messing around? You running around? You're too busy.
Everybody's been running around saying they're the best closer, they're the best closer, they're the best closer. So I just assumed everybody's right. Everybody but me is the best closer. So they don't invite me to these things.
They don't want you on there.
They don't want me on there.
We're going to have to ask them. Let's bring on Elijah, and let's bring in Keith here. Can you get him in here, Pace?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
What up, Elijah?
Hey,
What's up,
Moses? Olympics
yo. What's going on? What's going on? How everybody doing? How y'all living? How you guys doing?
Bro, how does
Closers
one get an
Olympics
invite to the
is
Closers
back.
Olympics? How does a Pace Morby get an invite?
Listen, for Pace More to get an invite, right? You have to close a couple more deals, sir. No. You already know you're a boss in this business. Your name rings bells. When you're able to put for at least 2 days, we'll get you in when you're ready. We know the closing world needs you.
I love it. I love this event. I think it's one of the coolest things that our industry does. I'm so impressed by you guys putting it together. Such a smart idea. And then your consistency, your marketing, how fun everybody has from it. And then also the closers that get magnified, and they, like, what was it, last year? Munif Saza goes out, gets second place, comes out of nowhere, right? Wow. And it's just so exciting to see his face on the Closers Olympics again this year. I saw him on one of the posters, so that's cool. You guys highlight male, female. You guys highlight Hispanic. You guys highlight African American. You highlight everybody. This is like the Olympics, man. This is like you see everybody from every walk of life. I'm so excited about it. So looking forward to hearing you guys talk about it today.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, all right. I think what happens is that, I mean, especially for, some of the guys who've been in for a little while, like you might have really crushed it in your office, in your state, but nobody knows besides the people you go to dinner with that you're really being consistent. You're taking the no's, you're getting yeses, you're getting checks. And if you don't want to boast about yourself, there's nowhere that's really highlighting the art of closing. And that's why I feel like, this is such a needed, event. The Super Bowl of real estate events. This is it right here to close the Olympics.
Yeah, I think it put everybody on the same playing field because you got the guys like Monif, that not too many people knew about. Of course, the sub two community, but he came in the game, and you paired guys like that up with guys who got bigger brands, and everybody has to close deals. Everybody got the same 30 minutes. Everybody got the same scorecard. So I think that's what make it unique too. It gives the guys who may not have no name, put them with the guys who got bigger brands, and let's see who really the best.
Is that a Suns jersey?
That's the Steve Nash.
Come on. I love it.
Steve
Look at
Nash,
that.
See?
Absolutely incredible. I love it. That is awesome. So the Closers Olympics, can you give us kind of the rundown of who's in this? Like, are these people that you guys just selected and then all of a sudden are in this thing? Or are these people that have been working really hard and training under the grueling conditions to be in this? Like, how do you select who's going to be the ones that we're going to be learning from and watching during the Closers Olympics?
See, it's a very rigorous process, being that I'm in my 19th year in real estate, I'm like J. Cole, I'm the middle child, right? I know all the old school guys, the Dean Graziosi, Sean Terry's, and I know all the young guys too. So, and so I think what we really did, we kind of picked about 9 of, $1 million brand producers, people who've been closing for years. I've been seeing them close. I've been taking action. A lot of people know them already. And then we wanted to leave it open with our qualifiers for the new Munifs, for the people who maybe nobody might know about, but are lethal closers. And we want to make sure that they had to go through a process. They had to audition, they had the role play, then they had to battle it out each month over these qualifiers to find out who is going to join the rest of the closers on day 1 and day 2. Keith, why don't you kind of break down the difference of day 1 versus day 2 so they can see how they join the rest of the closers?
Yes, sir. So what I love about day 1 is we got the open run. That's something that we added for the last Closers Olympics. So, before you get into like the big boy bracket, before you get to the Elite 8 or the Sweet 16, you got to go through those, that first round. And let's see that if you are who you say you are. Let's see that if you can close, if you can negotiate, if you could do creative options, if you can make it out that round, now it's time to put your big boy pants on. Now let's see if you're gonna get nervous, if you're shivering over there because you're going against Elijah Rubin. This guy been in the game for 19 years. Now you got, guys like Brent Daniels that's gonna be judging you. So once you get from that first round and handle your business, now it's time to see if you got what it takes to be the king or queen closer.
I love it. And how much time do they have each round?
30 minutes. You got 30 minutes, And the best part about the 30 minutes, it don't start until you get somebody on the phone. So we're going to be fair. Once you get that first person on the phone, now it's time to go. Ain't no turning back from there.
And how could people register?
And so people are able to. So for the qualifier registrations are over. So they have to wait until next year, but we give ability to reach out to us. But those who want to, watch last year's replays, watch this, be a part of this part of the Closer Olympics, all they have to do is go to closerolympics.com. There's an early bird ticket. This is the easiest way to not only to learn real estate, but to see the top closers in the game, not teach, but apply. And I think what's really valuable, having people like yourself, Brent, Jerry Norton, we have Chris Jefferson, Christina Aguera. We have some of the top judges who are going to be judging each round and making sure that you're getting the top insights, the things that you may have passed, overlooked, didn't really see or notice, the tonality, the confidence, the offer switch. These are things that you have been spot on noticing that makes this so valuable to everybody watch. I'm over here taking notes myself and I'm participating.
I love it. And let's shift a little bit. And let's talk about what's working in your business right now.
By the way, what's the website? Everybody's asking in the side comments. How do they sign up? How do they see this? Where do they go?
So all they have to do is go to closersolympics.com, closersolympics.com, and like I said, $97. You get your early bird ticket, $300. You get all the over 50 hours of the last 2 years Closer Olympics. Watch everything you need to see the top closers get at it. Closerolympics.com.
Yes, sir. So yeah, so to answer your question, Brent, you asked, what's working,
Yep.
specifically in our businesses right now. For us, it's we still doing a lot of cold calling, but the type of list that we cold call, we kind of switched it up a little bit. Instead of doing like more of the broader lists, we in more markets and we getting all the niche lists. We combining all the niche lists together, and then we letting the cold callers attack. Once those cold callers attack, that's when we stick the acquisition managers on them to close the deals. If they can't get them on the phone, then we got virtual assistant as lead managers going to get them back on the phone and transfer them back over, and we still closed it like that. So for us, it's really switching up our list. We're going more niche, more markets, more niche. So we still have a lot of data, and we're not really doing too much, broad data at the moment. We're kind of niching down.
Yeah. And the follow up on that, like I said, it just feels good to get back to where the playing field's kind of even again, where hedge funds aren't buying everything at 92%. People have to really work again and really put the work in. And that's where I kind of had to start at. So right now, what we're doing, kind of like what Keith's saying, we're list stacking a lot of our data. List stacking, I think, is super important to do. So you can kind of just get to the core 5% of real motivated sellers have better conversations. We're really following up, touching everybody we made offers, all those retail cold leads. Guess what? Touch them again. They're ready to have a different conversation now. And then luckily, I still get a lot of fire damage deals sent to me all around the country. Being the fire damage king, I get a lot of fire damage deals. So those are always never going to stop coming from that angle too.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I was looking at the stats. 2022, 6.5 million houses sold, 6.5, and this year is going to be 4.6. What that means is you need to have skills. You need to have productive activities that happen all the time. And that's just having conversations and making offers. Having conversations and making offers. That's what this whole business comes down to. So how are you going to do that? Are you going to market? Are you going to text? Are you going to use technology? Are you going to use, are you going to be proactive? Are you going to knock doors? We have guys here knocking doors, sitting right here in the live audience. Absolutely incredible. So pick a marketing channel, stick with it, and go deep. Go deep, put the blinders on, stay focused so that you can go and build a pipeline of opportunities, and then it starts popping. You agree, Pace?
I do agree. I do agree. It is an interesting market right now.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up 2 houses for free. I'll show you one today. I just got an email from a real estate agent that I've worked with for years, and she just said, "Do you want this house for free?"
Wow.
It's gotten to a point where creative finance is so strong in terms of the tools you should have in your tool belt. And everybody's known this for a year and a half. I saw it coming 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I was the crazy guy that was talking about it. Like, man, why are you always talking about sub 2? And I go, I promise you, there's going to come a point where it should be a lot of your offers should be getting under contract via sub 2 or seller finance. Even real estate agents a year ago were like, dude, nobody does that. Now I've got real estate agents sending emails to me and saying, would you take this house? Would you take this house? Would you take this house? The seller, we've got a deal in North Carolina right now where the seller's paying the agent's commissions and handing the keys of the house to me. Mm-hmm. The agent's getting paid out of the seller's side. So it's an interesting market that we're in right now. And, but here's the thing. Just because somebody's handing their keys to you doesn't mean you don't have to be a closer. You still have to convince them that you're credible, you're worthy of taking over a payment. There's sales processes that go into all of this stuff, no matter what is going on in the market. And a lot of them are the same, whether it's creative finance or on cash, wholesale deals. You have to have the skills that these boys are going to be talking about in the Closers Olympics. So for people that just joined, this is Elijah Rubin, the fire damage king. We've got another 150 people that just joined in the last 3 minutes. So thank you guys for showing up. We've got Elijah Rubin, the fire damage king, directly underneath me. We have Keith Everett Jr., one of the best closers our industry has ever seen. One of the best dressers I think our industry has ever seen.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, that's dope.
You know what's funny, Keith, is that Steve Nash jersey, if you put that on Steve Nash, it would be 7 sizes too large for him.
Right.
But guys, that's who these guys are. We had a couple of people in the side comments ask us, who are these guys? We haven't seen them on the show. Well, we've had them on the show. It was a couple years ago. They're unbelievable human beings. We love them. Are we? By the way, are we bringing Alex Saenz up here?
Yeah.
Are we?
He's sneaking around somewhere. There
Alex
he is.
Saenz. Wow,
Yeah.
bro. I have not. I DM Alex frequently. I love watching his journey, what he's up to, buying businesses, meditating, growing a beard. Who would have thought this guy could put a beard on his face?
It's all fully grown.
Baby face Alex Saenz coming from the mobile home park to being the guy he is today. I'm so proud of watching you, man. I've attended your events. You've been super helpful in my journey. All three of you guys have been helpful in all of our journeys. Elijah, I love how you called yourself J. Cole of the industry. You're the middle child. You know,
right.
the oldies, the youngies. You're doing such a great job. I appreciate what you're doing in the Closers Olympics. When is the Closer Olympics happening?
It's going to be July 28th, 29th, and 30th. And then we just kicked in a fourth day, the 31st. We're going to be doing a Dispo Day with Investor Lift, who's the grand sponsor. We'll be doing a Dispo Day. So the 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st.
Amazing.
July.
Okay, so you talked about some people that snuck in under the radar. Has that portion already happened?
So we had the final 2 rounds. So we had the first 5. So we did the first 4 rounds. And so we have round 5. It's going to be happening this Thursday. Round 5 is going to be happening this Thursday. So make sure you guys lock in on.
How do they watch this?
Pace, you and I got a meeting. Pace gave me the right.
I'm texting Elijah the other day, bro. Where is the link? How can people watch this on Thursday, Elijah?
So you're gonna go to Close Olympics YouTube page, Close Olympics Facebook page. We're gonna be live streaming it. You could go through Pace Morby's group. It's gonna be live streaming through there, Steve Trangs, and through RJ's Facebook group. So there's 5 or 6 different places live, but we should give you a link. And
okay, what's the format on Thursday? What am I walking into? Am I going to see like some girls, some guys? Am I going to see a whole mix, or is it just a big sausage party up in this Closers Olympics?
Sausage fest? No. It's going to be so we actually have one of the elite closers, Jen the closer. She's in the sub 2 community. Pace is telling me that she's the new Munif, that she's going to be taking possibly taking the crown this year. But she's going to be in the qualifier. She has to earn it just like everybody else, just like how Munif had to do it. So she's going to be participating in round 5 this Thursday at 1 p.m. PST. And then if she wins, we have round 6 happens in July. And then everybody who won over the last 4 months, and these last 2 winners, we're taking all 6 of them. And they're going to be in day 1 of the Closers Olympics. This is going to be an open run. People who may not have the biggest brands, they're going to compete. And out of those 6 people, 3 of them are going to graduate to day 2. And day 2, they're going to join the other 9 bigger brand closers. And all 12 of us are going to go head to head. And then we decide who wins. The final 3 are going to be on the championship day. And then whoever wins out of those 3 are going to be a new king or queen closer. You know, I'm pretty confident in your boy over here, but we'll see what happens.
I think that who are the people we know that are the contestants? Tell me everybody we know.
Okay, so everybody
we know for sure they're going to make it, like they're in the thing. They're not the sneaky loos, the people that are trying to sneak in.
No sneaky links, all right? But they're going to be these going to be the people who already have their tickets stamped. All right, so you got myself, we have Keith Everett, we have the 3 the top 3 from last year, the last competition, RJ Bates, Munif, Max Jimenez. We have Toddy, and she's a female closer, very, very legit closer.
Toddy's great. She's dating one of my sub 2 community members.
Really? See, I like her. I like her even more now. See?
Yeah, she is a closer. She closed him. It was great.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
She helped him lose like 50 pounds. He looks better than he's ever looked in his life. She's a lucky charm, man.
See, when you get a good girl, you see
what happens. She got him on creative terms. She got him on creative terms.
Yes.
Then we also have who's the other we have 3 more people. Do you remember, Keith?
Is there a way I can see their face on like closerolympics.com?
Yeah, you go to closerolympics.com. You'll see them all there on top of
qualifiers. Okay, cool.
You mentioned
let me see here.
Tony Romero, Art Sanchez.
Yes, Sanchez, Tony Romero, and Naaman Taylor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's what you got. You got the judges. Here's the judge. Let me do a little screen share. Let's do that.
Okay, Pace, do your screen share.
Let's check it out.
Because I'm putting Elijah on the spot and he can't remember because he's too busy thinking about closing everybody. Let's see here. Share screen. Here we go. All right. Ooh, you got one of my best friends on the planet is going to be a judge. Another one of my best friends. Oh my, Jerry Norton, Christina Aguilera, I love her. Brent Daniels, one of my best friends of all time, one of my mentors. Steve Trang, love him. Chris Jefferson, oh my gosh. Steven Morales, Daniel G, Darren Smith, and Donnie Ruffin.
Oh yeah.
The freaking Texas Drake.
Yep.
Okay, I love it. All right, cool. So those are the judges. Then we've got RJ. Come on, RJ thinks he's going to win this year.
He's talking saucy. He
better be. I think here's what I'm going to say right now. Okay, I think I really like Tony. I've never seen him work though, so I don't know if he's going to do a good job or not. But I've seen Munif close. I bought 3 deals from Munif in the last couple of months. He's closing deals, sending them to me. I'm buying them. Let's see. Okay, so these are the guaranteed. These are the people that are 100% in it to win it.
Yep.
Okay, 9 of us. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna put down who's got a charity that I can donate to when my prediction comes true.
Here we go.
Who's got a charity? What do you guys got? Alex, you got a charity, like a helicopter charity or something like that?
No. Well, yeah, we have one. It's been inactive though. I wouldn't say ours.
Okay, who's got a charity? Brent, you got a charity?
No.
We have a charity. It's called Step One. It's a nonprofit drug recovery center.
Yeah, you do. You actually got it through a deal too.
Yeah, I got through with the 16-unit deal. That 16-unit deal I was talking to you about 3 years ago. I ended up buying it, and we kept the nonprofit drug recovery center. Me and Mike Lehman are owners on it, so we do have
I love it. I love it. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to make 2 bets.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to bet that Jen, the closer, gets in through the qualifier this Thursday. And if she doesn't get in, I'm going to buy how much are the tickets for the actual Closers Olympics? $97?
Yep.
I will buy 50 tickets and donate them to the audience. Jeez. If Jen the closer doesn't come. So $5,000. I'll donate $5,000 to the Closers Olympics because I think this is like one of the best events our industry has. So if Jen the closer doesn't get in, this is just to prove that if it's rigged, and there's no way it's rigged, because if Jen the closer gets in, oh dang, how can I make sure it's not rigged?
She closed the deal. If she
exactly. That's the best part about this. You can't fake a seller saying yes.
Yeah.
You can't, they're gonna hang up on you, or you're gonna get them to convince them to say yes.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'll do. I'll put $5,000 in for tickets if Jen the closer doesn't get past Thursday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then here's my next bet. I'm gonna bet another $5,000 that Munif or Jen the closer are in the top 2 at the very end, or else I'll donate another $5,000 to the Closers Olympics.
Wow. So you're still matching the $10,000 you did last time. You end up being right. Pace.
I ended up being right. I didn't have to spend the money.
Different terms this time, though. It's a little bit more creative.
I like it because I think it's going to get a lot of people to watch Thursday. I think Thursday is actually the most interesting day because you got all the underdogs that don't have a brand that nobody knows about. And what you guys are doing with the Closers Olympics is really highlighting the fact that anybody can do this.
Anybody.
Right.
And okay, so Jen, so what's the format on Thursday? Is it 8 people are calling simultaneously? Nope. Is it 1 by 1? What's the format?
We want to give people a sample of what it tastes like of what the Closers Olympics is going to look like for free, right? So everybody gets 30 minutes. Each person gets 30 minutes. We have judges who are going to use the same scorecard that we're going to be using on the Closers Olympics. Whoever scores the most points out of single elimination moves on. So it's 1 30-minute round for each person, and out of the 4, whoever has the highest points moves on.
Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna Venmo you, Elijah. I'm gonna Venmo you $1,000. Okay, and here's what I want to do. The first 10 people that DM you, Jen is going to win. That's what you got to DM him. Jen is going to win. First 10 people that DM Elijah Rubin that get a $97 ticket, I will pay for it.
Woo!
See,
Jeez, that called it.
So how do I get to your Instagram?
So you just go to Elijah, Elijah, Rubin, Rubin, Instagram, Elijah Rubin, right there for you.
Okay. There's his Instagram. Throw it in the side chat, Carly, if you could. Carly, if you're there. Carly is there. Carly, can you throw Elijah Rubin's Instagram in the side chat? Elijah.Rubin. Go and DM Elijah.Rubin on Instagram. Say, Jen is going to win. And the first 10 people I'll pay for the ticket. I'll Venmo you $1,000 right now.
Sheesh.
you got me excited to see.
Where are the leads coming from, Elijah?
Very good call. Very good call. These are all coming from iSpeed to lead. We have PPC leads that everybody's making phone calls from. We just want to give the best of the best. So we there's no guessing if these people want to sell, or they used to want to sell premium PPC leads so that they have the best chance and have the best conversation possible.
Yeah, that's the biggest change. So this year, typically, we do like a lot of, cold call leads, or we let people to submit their leads. But this time we wanted to have, even more qualified leads. That's why we went the digital route. We want to make it, we don't want no lead problems. We want everybody to get a fair chance. So that way we can really see, who is the best of the best.
Do you guys ever count the R's when Keith says everybody? Do you ever count how many times he has
and everybody and yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
Everybody. Sounds like, where's the accent come from, Keith?
Man, I don't know. I'm in Alabama though.
There you go, Alabama, baby.
That's Southern drawl.
I've never been to a better football game in my life than an Alabama versus LSU football game. Oh my gosh.
Insane.
And everybody was saying everybody.
Everybody.
You're right.
It was so great. It was such a fun time. So you've got Thursday PPC leads, which are amazing leads. I love that, Keith, that you guys are like, look, these are the best. We want a lot of activity. We want people, competing and having an opportunity. I love that you guys are spending money.
Yeah.
Like y'all are spending money on these leads. You guys aren't just telling people to cold call. You guys are actually giving these people some freaking leads.
Yes.
Facts.
We want to provide the best experience so people can see what it's like.
Okay, damn. So Thursday, how do we know? How does Jen qualify to get into the deal? Like when Jen wins on Thursday, which she will, when Jen wins on Thursday, how do we know she won?
I love it. I love it. Talk that spicy talk. Speaking to existence, Pace. Speak to existence. So at the end, we're like I said, each round, each person calls, then the judges are going to give their totals, just like in the regular closed Olympics, and then each person goes, and then at the end, we're going to announce who had the highest totals, and then they're going to have a little banner saying that they won. They're going to get an email so that they already punched their ticket to day one. So yeah.
What's the voting system?
So she got to qualify. The main thing is you got to pay attention to that scorecard. You got building rapport. You're getting points for that. You got overcome objections. You got to make sure that you are creative. Because you can build a rapport, you can overcome objections, and but if you didn't do anything creative, you may not move on to the next round. Making offers, actually getting some signed, and then of course, we want to see what was that. What is the projected profit on that deal? So we got points for that as well. So you got to qualify everything on the scorecard. You got to hit all corners, and you got to bend all corners. And the person at the end who did everything they're supposed to do, that's the person who's gonna move on. But I can tell you a secret. If she gets something signed and it's a good deal with a good margin, more than likely she'll be the one that's moving on for sure. So that's one.
Okay, so you're telling me that Munif doesn't have to qualify this year. So Jen actually has Jen has a cheat code because she's getting warmed up. She's going to be thrown into the fire. She's going to feel what the fire looks like and feels like before she goes up and maybe battles, and she'll take down RJ Bates in round one. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Come on. Are you guys trying to save RJ for the very end so nobody has to compete with him so you guys can keep your winner at the very top?
That was proposed. That was proposed to us. I'm not gonna lie. I'm giving you some behind the scenes details here. All right. Don't be mad at me, Alex. Don't be mad at me. All right. I'm gonna give him some behind the scenes stuff. But that was proposed. But I'm like, hey, Jordan couldn't skip the playoffs. He had to go to the playoffs. He had to win every game. for every championship you won. So like, hey, RJ has to go through it too, like everybody else. You know?
Who do we know who RJ is going to go against in round 1, or is that determined once you guys know all the sneaky loos that get through?
Yeah. So once we know everybody on the press conference,
Yeah.
we're going to be actually picking the matchups during the press conference, and everybody's going to be talking their trash. And so keep an eye out for the press conference. That's going to be fun to see who's going to match up against who.
I'm interested. If Jen, the closer, went up against Munif Saza,
Who you taking?
I
Ooh.
wonder who would take it. Have you guys seen Jen in action yet? Have you seen any of her Instagram, any of that kind of stuff?
I've heard a little bit of her because she sent me some of it, so I was able to hear a lot of it. I'm like,
okay, Jen's phenomenal. And one of the funniest phone calls I ever took was 2 years ago. Jen comes to me on one of our student Q&As, and she's like, "I got the trickiest, funkiest seller you'll ever talk to in your life," and still to this day it's never been outmatched. Jen brings this lady to me that says she invented twerking, and that she was suing Beyonce for talking about twerking when she's the one that invented twerking. And then we named that call "Twerking and Oreos" in our Sub 2 vault. We have this massive, library of videos and stuff, and we call it, and it's the #1 watched video in all of our whole mentorship is Jen's call with this lady who invented twerking.
Wow.
Jen is so good. She's not just sneaky good, but she has fun when she's on the phone with a seller. She teases sellers, she jabs at them, and she becomes really good friends with them. So I think Munif or Jen are definitely going to take. I almost want to bet $5,000 that if one of them doesn't take first place, forget about the top 2.
Oh,
he said, "You belt or nothing, championship
I
or nothing."
think it's belt or nothing. I think Jen or Munif, or I drop $5,000.
Ooh. Okay. Hey, this is being recorded. All right. Just understand. You sure don't want to think about it?
we got to send Pace the DocuSign right now, man.
Send me the DocuSign. I think that what's going to happen, because she's also got Dan Quijano in our community. Dan Quijano does something called the nightly dial inside of Sub 2 3 nights a week, and she's getting trained up right now. The funny thing is, her and Munif and Quijano are all doing the nightly dial, training up, getting ready for this. So it's Munif. It's like if Rocky Balboa was training with Rocky Balboa simultaneously, and then Rocky Balboa had to face Rocky Balboa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to happen here. I feel like these two, it's going to be insane.
Yeah,
It's going to be crazy.
Here's what I should do. Tell RJ I'll wire him $5,000. The $5,000 doesn't go to the Closers Olympics. You guys are rich enough. Like, Elijah's retired 7 times over. You guys are rich enough.
I catch up with you, Pace.
Bro, I have if you look at my bank account, I only saved the money to bet on the Closer Olympics. I have no other money.
That's all.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do: is I'm gonna bet $1,000 going to Elijah Rubin's DM. Anybody that DMs him tonight, first 10 people that say Jen is gonna win, I will pay for your ticket. I'll Venmo Elijah tonight $1,000. Okay. That's my contribution to you guys being absolute badasses in this industry, leading the charge, being who you are. Second bet is that I bet $5,000 if Jen does not get past this next phase on Thursday, I will buy 50 tickets for the audience, and we will give them away before the first round of the Closer Olympics starts. Okay. Then I got another $5,000. I got to have one of my Airbnbs. This will take me like 10 months to recover on this. I will give $5,000 to RJ Bates if he gets first place. No. Let me make the bet way easier, way easier for him. Either Jen or Munif has to get first place in order for me to keep my $5,000.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
If Jen or Munif get first place and they get through this entire thing, Munif just showed up, by the way. Munif says, someone told me to come here. Munif, by the way, brother, congratulations on your new baby. We're so proud of you. I love you.
Congratulations.
Such a great man. So Munif, you just showed up, brother. I'm going to He says, not this again. He knows I'm betting, so he's like, no, not again.
You put pressure on him last time. He was
No,
betting.
That's what he needs. This is why he's turned into the man he is. I just bought a bunch of deals from him. I buy deals from him every month. He's unbelievable. He's one of the great leaders in our community.
Sure.
Okay, so Munif, here's what I just did. I got $1,000 going to the first 10 people that DM Elijah.Rubin on Instagram and say Jen is gonna win. Thursday. What do we call it Thursday? What we call it, the pre-qualifier? Qualifier. So we got the qualifier on Thursday. Jen is in that qualifying round. So I bet these boys that I would buy $5,000 of closersolympics.com tickets if Jen does not get into the actual Closers Olympics. So she doesn't qualify through this round. I'm buying 50 tickets for the audience. Okay. $5,000. That's how much I believe in Jen. Then the next bet is if Munif or Jen do not take first place this year, I will wire RJ Bates $5,000. I don't even care what position RJ Bates is in. As long as RJ Bates doesn't get disqualified and he actually competes, if RJ Bates doesn't even get first place, I'll still give him $5,000.
Not a bad deal.
Okay.
Not a bad deal.
Good position to be in.
However, if RJ Bates loses and Jen or Munif do win first place, there has to be some repercussions.
What you thinking, Pace?
I think he's got to shave his beard. He's got a razor down to the skin, and he's got to get rid of the beard.
Oh man!
Wow.
Oh man! You know what? You might have to pop on for the press conference, Pace.
What do you think? Do you think he would
Oh,
actually
we got
trim
one
his
more,
beard?
Pace. We missing something. You got to take that hat off too, man. We need the beard gone and the hat gone.
We want to see what's under the hat. We want to see what's under the hat.
Let's
he has
do
gear or
it.
not.
Mask off.
Let's do it. Yes. Okay. That's my bet. So you guys bring that up to RJ.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And somebody needs to be texting RJ right now because this is the thing, dude. So I'm going to send him a Bic razor. It's not going to be one of those nice ones like Mach 5 with like 17 blades on it. It's going to be one blade hotel piece of shit. Like you got to, it's one of those things that are snaggy. He's got to shave all the way to the skin, not a buzz. He can't take like a peanut trimmer and trim it. He's got to razor this all the way down to the end.
Nice. Well, we'll throw that on. We'll throw that out to him. Like said, and if he says no, if he happens to says no, might have to bring on a press conference when in front of everybody and see if he still says no, right? So.
Munif says, I was going to go into this way more relaxed than I am now. This is good, Munif. You got to step it up, bro. You're a closer. You led the charge last year as somebody at the time that didn't have a brand. Now the industry knows who you are. We want to see you show up. And there was times where Michael Jordan didn't win the finals, missed the game-winning shot, but he came back, bro. He came back. Same thing with Tiger Woods. There's times he didn't win the Masters.
Right.
This is where you show what you've been doing all year long, bro. And you got Quijano in your corner. You got the whole community in the corner. Jen, right now they're training together, but they're going to be battling. What would it have to look like in order for Jen and Munif to go head to head? Like, is that a possibility? Is that even something that's
spinning the wheel?
It's a spin of the wheel.
Oh, you got a spin of the wheel.
Yeah, we're gonna spin the wheel at the press conference, and we're gonna see who, with the luck of the draw, who goes against who. Who's gonna get?
Okay, so tell me we got Thursday. That's the qualifier. We can go there from going on YouTube. You sons of bitches should have a link that I could be putting in the side chat, but you didn't give that to me, so we got to promote your YouTube channel.
Yes, I appreciate.
So that's Thursday.
Yes.
And that's the qualifier. What time, Arizona time, is that happening?
So that's going to be at 1 p.m. PST. 1 p.m. PST.
I like this. I like this time because it just shows you that if you're watching the Closers Olympics, you don't have a job, which means you're probably a closer yourself.
Hey, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so Thursday, 1 p.m. Arizona time, or currently California time, I think.
Yeah.
And that's 1 p.m. You go to Closers Olympics YouTube. So go to YouTube and type in Closers Olympics. Your YouTube channel will pop up. Go there. Get ready at 1 p.m. We don't currently have a link for that because Elijah wants to make it a little more challenging for you.
I need my tutorial, my Pace tutorial still. All right, waiting for it.
Then what you need to do is you need to buy tickets to theclosersolympics.com in order to watch. What's the first thing I'm going to watch, and what day is that thing?
So we have one more free thing that's going to give this is the press conference. It's going to be on July 20th. Is the free press conference that is going to be the same way on Facebook, on the Closer Olympics YouTube Facebook page for free. Then after that, you go to Closer Olympics. It's going to be day one on the Closer Olympics. Is going to be day one where Jen potentially and all the other qualifier winners are going to compete, and 3 of those people are going to join the rest of the 9 closers on day 2 for the Close Olympics, and then day 3 is the finals to find out who's going to be the king or queen.
Okay. So on day 3, how many people are still there by day 3?
Only 3.
Damn. So you got Brent Daniels, Jerry Norton, you got Christina Aguilera, one of my favorite people on the planet, judging on day 2 and eliminating that many people.
Yeah. So what we did, because of the first time, we realized the very first time, shout to Brent. He's been through all this. All right. So shout to Brent. Remember the very first one with you, Max, and Carlos for like 9-hour days. So we promised the gurus that we only give 3 judges per day. So on the finals, it's going to be Brett Daniels, Daniel G, and Jerry Norton is going to be the finals. Who's going to be judging the final? Day 2 is going to be Steve Trang, Chris Jefferson, and Christina Aguilera. And then day 1 is going to be Donovan. It's going to be
Mitt, Steven Morales.
And Steven Morales.
So how many people will compete total?
Total people competing, and 12 people competing. Total.
So total 12 people will compete. You currently have 9 people already selected, so 3 people can come in through the sneaky link.
Correct.
You'll go to 12, and then 9 of them are getting eliminated on day number 2. Brent.
Correct.
Yeah.
Brent, do you remember last year? What were some highlights of you judging? What were some of the fun parts of you judging? And what were the follow-up question? What was one of the toughest calls you had to make last year?
Munif was fantastic. Munif did. It was the first time I had ever seen him pace, and you've had so much incredible experience with Munif, but it was the first time that it had that I was the last judge, right? So we just had the finals, like this year's going to be, and so it was him and RJ Bates, and RJ was ready. I mean, RJ was at a hockey tournament for his son in a makeshift hotel room and sent over a contract, got it signed within 12 minutes of his first call. I mean, it was just bananas. It was Munif did everything possible to win, but RJ just got it, right? And so it's just exciting. It's exciting watching people. Do you know how terrifying it is the first time that you make a call to a property owner, let alone, what was it, 6 months that Munif had experience, or 3 months, or whatever else, that you have, a couple thousand, multiple thousands of people like actually watching you and judging you. It's not like it was like, you're just doing this and nobody, and it just disappears. These guys are giving replays to everybody that signs up for this year. So, I mean, these things last forever, and it just shows you how much courage every single one of the competitors have to jump on there. They don't have to do this. This isn't going to make or break their career. This isn't going to make or break their business, their real estate investing. This isn't going to be like you win this and you get 100-unit apartment complex. You know what I mean? This is just for pride. This is just for helping out the community. This is for going out there and saying, you know what, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to get in front of all these people, and I'm going to help them advance their skills. So the real givers, the people that are doing the most in these competition are the competitors. And I have so much respect and love for all of them. And it's exciting. It's just exciting watching them. I've had the honor of judging every single one of these, and they keep getting better and better and better. The leads, the way that everything is a lot smoother, the way that all the technology set up to literally send out a contract to a property owner and watch it come back and have a screen share of a signed purchase agreement for a property sight unseen. This is bananas.
So
this
cool.
is absolutely bananas, and I love it.
I love it. So Munif was a tough call. You see what Munif says on the screen right now. He says, last time I did this, I went into it single and weighing 115 pounds, and I couldn't grow facial hair.
That better be muscle, bro.
After winning
better be
second
muscle.
place, I'm now 160 pounds, and I have a wife and baby, and I can grow butt hair. Okay, he didn't say the butt hair part, but he does. I see Munif frequently. I just jumped out of a plane with him like 3 months ago, and that boy has a juicy caterpillar above his lip. He's like truly become a man.
Full man, full beard, right?
A lot of
man,
testosterone. You have
I
that
think
baby,
he
a
can
lot
do
of
it.
testosterone, you know?
What would Dan Quijano have to do to become a judge next year? Like, how do you guys select your judges? I think Quijano is one of the best judges. Would he have to win the whole entire thing next year to become a judge for the following year?
Yeah, so that's what we him and I we talked for a little bit, and he's doing great things in the closer community and just a go-giver overall, and he's a bona fide closer. We talked about it a little bit more, and I wanted him to be a part of it. But yes, him closing and being in it will definitely catapult him to being a judge potentially.
Okay, cool. I think he'd be phenomenal. He sounds like he's on a radio show. Every time you talk to him, you're like, damn.
Oh,
bro.
his voice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's already qualified.
One of the best
He's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I'm super excited about this. How can somebody try and become a sneaky Lou next year? Like, how can somebody become a qualifier next year?
So what's going to happen? We're going to start. Well, go ahead, Keith. You can break it down.
Yeah, no. It's kind of going to be, similar process to we had this year. You know what I mean? We just, notify everybody, when it's time to, and what you got to do is you got to submit a closer video. We also have like role playing trials as well. So, once we send out the link and let everybody know, via social media, emails, phone numbers, and everything like that, we'll make sure we properly notify everybody who want to be a part of it next year. So that way they can submit their videos, come to the role playing session. After that, if they make it in, you got to compete through the qualifiers. You go through the qualifiers, you win an open run, you win an open run. Now it's time for the big boy competition. So we'll make sure that we let everybody know.
I freaking love it. So Keith, who are you the most excited for this year?
Jen the closer now. I mean, I'm excited to see if Jen gonna get in. You put a lot of stamp on her. So I'm looking forward to that. and also I'm looking forward to Manif coming back too. You know what I mean? I know he's a different person now. His life is different. I don't even know if the guy still got the lattes or not. So I'm looking forward to seeing him get back in the competition and see some of the improvements that he got now. So it's gonna be exciting.
He's married one of the best transaction coordinators in the industry, Love Francis, one of my ex-employees, sub 2 community member. She's one of the best transaction coordinators. They together are I call them Jay-Z and Beyonce of the real estate world. They are just a powerful couple. I'm excited to see how he's changed this year. What about you, Alex? Now that you've got a beard, you've become a man yourself.
Yeah, I'm not a 19-year-old wholesaler anymore.
I love it, dude. So Alex, who are you the most excited for this year?
I think the female closers for sure. Toddy and now Jen. Yeah, I think I'm rooting for them, especially amongst a group of a bunch of beasts on the lineup. It's exciting to see them just go at it. So I'm rooting for the females here.
What about you, Elijah?
Honestly, two people, right? One, I'm really excited to see Keith get his run because the last 2 years the lead just I'm sorry he's part owner of this, but he's just got the worst leads possible, and we can't complain about it because we're the owners of it. So fix it. So we fixed it this year with PPC leads. So I think the world's really going to get a chance to see what Keith really is able to do. And I'm really excited to see Toddy, like Alex said. Like I just think female closers are probably the best closers in the game. I think they are the best closers. There's not enough of them at the moment, but I think they are the best. So seeing Jen, and she wanted me to correct it, Jen Shelton, queen closer. All right. She wanted me to make sure not the closer. She want to get corrected. I want to correct it for her, but I'm excited to see, especially how you speaking her up too, Pace. You're putting a lot of spicy sauce on her. So
You're talking about Toddy, or are you talking about Jen?
No, Jen, I'm excited to see Toddy, but now that Jen, you're kind of almost manifesting her into the
I'm
Olympics
manifesting her,
here.
dude. I've bought deals with her. I mean, Jen, watching her journey when she first came into my community, I think almost 2-3 years ago, just watching how she's improved.
Mhm.
What's crazy about Jen is very similar, I guess, to everybody, right? Like everybody has kids, everybody has a lot going on, but she has kids in her background as she's closing these sellers. And it's impressive to watch her do those things simultaneously. She's taking care of her kids like this with her arms over here doing this, and she's closing a seller. She's getting 0 down, 0% seller term. She's getting low cash deals. She's phenomenal. And she comes in with from my feeling, I think she has an advantage over people. She comes in almost motherly, right? She's not coming in here as like a super, like a 16-year-old with no life experience. She comes in having experienced life through having children and being a mother, being a wife. She has something she brings to the table that some of these young cats just don't bring to the table, right? It's like I watch some of these 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-olds trying to close, and while they might have the best one-liners of all time, they lack experience in life, which is a blockade on them trying to build rapport. And I think Jen is one of the best rapport builders because she has genuinely been there, done that. And her sellers are going to feel it within 15 seconds. They'll go, okay, this is somebody I can rely on. This is somebody that I can talk to. And Jen, I think you'll watch her build steam in the first 15, 45 seconds of every call, and you'll watch her build up and build up and build up and build up. And I think Jen has a shot to win this entire thing.
It's really interesting, as a traditional realtor, for a long time, the women that are agents just destroy us, absolutely destroy. I am excited for a real estate agent, gals to discover wholesaling. Yeah. Because they'll absolutely go bananas. I mean, it's not even close. I remember going on appointments right after Monique Walker, and she just cleaned the floor with me because we'd both cold call the same list, and we would set appointments, and she'd go in and lock up a deal every time. I mean, once those powerful women figure out what's going on with wholesaling real estate, it's going to be real exciting. Right. And I loved 19-year-old Alex Saenz doing deals. He was the best. That was a baby-faced assassin out there doing amazing things here in Phoenix. That was a real fun time. And RJ Bates popped in here, and I agree with you, Pace. The more adult conversations that you can have with people about their real estate, the better you're going to be. So go out there and have as many conversations as possible. If you're brand new to this, if you're young, if you're just young to our industry, go talk to 1,000 property owners as fast as you possibly can and watch your skills develop.
Hey, Munif.
Oh,
I must ask you a question, bro.
I can't even see him behind
beard, mustache, goatee.
Holy
Let's
cow.
go.
That is a dad mustache. Holy cow.
Your daughter is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Now you have to close the whole entire Closers Olympics because you're a daddy now. You got to carry this trophy for your daughter, bro.
I'm so excited. I actually went into this event. I was talking to Love about it because the first event gave me so much anxiety. I really, I had a lot on the line, and by that I mean, Pace, you put $10,000 on the line. I don't know if you remember.
You did.
So
God,
I was telling Love, I was like, well, good thing Pace didn't bet on this one. I can go in way more relaxed. And then I get a text message from like 5 different people saying, hey, jump on Wholesale Hotline. They're talking about you and Jen. I get on, and the first thing I hear is, okay, RJ has to trim his beard, and I'm going to send him $5,000 if Munif and Jen don't win. Anxiety levels start going up. But thank you for doing that. That I've got a fire now that I may not necessarily have had if you didn't.
I love it. Sometimes we all need that, and that's what good friends do. They apply pressure to you, yeah, right? They go talk to that girl right now. Or else I'm not giving you a ride home. Go talk to that girl.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I
Good.
feel.
Let's ask Quijano, Mr. Daniel
What up, D?
Quijano.
What is going on? What's up, fellas?
Hey,
Hey,
Quijano. I know that in the nightly dial inside of the sub 2, appreciate you for being such a leader in our community. Love you, brother. Good to see you. I'm wondering what's going on right now. Are you helping Jen and Munif kind of get polished up for this? What's going on?
Yeah, so Munif reached out. We have a chat in there. And yeah, so every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at noon, we've been going live. And they're just calling sellers. We're duplicating basically what happens in the Closers Olympics, giving them 30 minutes, doing a whole scoring session afterwards. And they've been doing it. Last week was the first week. We start again tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh.
Do you think Jen is ready for Thursday for the sneaky qualifier? Do you think I'm gonna be donating $5,000? Or do you think my $5,000 is safe?
No, I think if he's got the testicular fortitude, RJ may be having an appointment with that Bic razor. Look, everybody knows what Munif brings to the table, right? Munif's a great dude, but Jen Shelton is something different, right? Munif, or Pace, you said it perfectly. She's just got this motherly vibe where no normal human being could ever be rude to Jen Shelton on the phone. You can't do it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Again, for people that are just tuning in, we've got well over 500 people watching live, but we've had about 2,300 people tune into the show today. So thank you guys so much for supporting Wholesale Hotline. Today's our 175th episode. We've never missed a Monday in 175 episodes. Consistency, baby. Just to catch everybody up to speed, you've got 3 human beings on this screen. Keith Everett wearing Steve Nash's jersey. Okay, he actually bet Steve Nash he could dunk it over him and he'd get his jersey. He's wearing his jersey. You've got Alex Sines, one of my heroes from when I first jumped ship from being a contractor full time. Alex Sines helped me a lot. I love this man. I don't get to see him as much as I'd like to, but I just love him. Elijah Rubin, same thing. Elijah Rubin remembers me from my contractor days. One of the OGs in the industry, the fire damage king of the whole entire country. These guys are running something called the Closers Olympics 2023. Brent Daniels, one of my mentors, one of my best friends, biggest muscles in the game. He's one of the judges for the Closers Olympics. This Thursday, Munif, you're not going to be in this Thursday, right?
No, I'm not competing this Thursday.
Do you remember when you had to go into the qualifier last year and how you felt?
Oh yeah, it was. I was shaking. Like my legs underneath the camera were shaking. So that's how I felt.
He's not leaving the Pace. I don't know if you know this. He's leaving the best part out. When he and I had to do the very, very first qualifiers, he was standing in a cow pasture.
Right.
In the middle of nowhere.
Why were you standing in a cow pasture?
It was in Austin, Texas. It was my best friend's bachelor party. We were at the Formula One race. And I left the Formula One, and I found myself at a cow pasture. It was the only place I had signal. That's where I did my qualifier run.
Wow.
You can close deals anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere.
We've got RJ Bates in the comments. Let's look at his comments.
Do you want to tell him what the bet is, Pace?
Yes, I will tell him the bet.
Because you give him a nice volunteer to shave his beard.
RJ Bates III. In preparation for this year's Closers Olympics, I'm live for 8 hours a day, 50 days straight. Through 33 days, I've sent 117 contracts, 80 have been signed, and 33 properties have all been sold, all live. Now, there's no question that RJ Bates is a great closer. I think if you say RJ Bates is not a closer, you need to be checked into a mental institution.
He has a belt to back it.
Right? But here's the thing, is I think he's going to be overturned this year. I think that Munif or Jen, the closer, are going to take him down. And my bet this year, RJ, by the way, I love RJ. I'm friends with RJ. He's one of the best closers I've ever seen. He's phenomenal. But I think that the reigning of a new champion is going to be coming pretty soon. And what's going to happen is RJ is going to have to ship that belt over to either Munif or to Jen, the closer. So Don't worry, RJ. Just in case you don't have enough money, I'll pay for the shipping. It'll be fine. Okay. I know he's got plenty of money. He just sold 33 properties. He should be paying for the shipping. He's got all the money. So here's the thing, RJ. I said that I was going to pay $1,000 to the first 10 people that DM'd Elijah Rubin tonight that says Jen is going to win, because I'm trying to manifest it into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said, if Jen doesn't make it past the qualifier this Thursday, that I would pay $5,000 in tickets and give those tickets away to the audience. So that'd be something like 51 tickets or something along those lines. Then the next bet says that either Munif or Jen have to win first place, or else I'm sending RJ Bates $5,000. Not the Closer Olympics, but RJ Bates. Don't worry, RJ. It'll be a bag of pennies, like a big, massive bag of pennies.
5,000 worth.
The shipping will be $4,000 for these $5,000 worth of pennies. Now, RJ, what I'm asking, if this is possible, I want to get an agreement, send it over. It'll be the 34th contract you've signed in the last 30 days. The contract needs to say that RJ Bates will not just trim his beard, but bick his beard down to the skin if Jen or Munif get first place. I don't care what place RJ gets. Okay. But if Munif
but
or
what
Jen
kind of
get
razor Pace?
a bit. Oh, just a one blade like piece of crap hotel one they give when you go to the front desk. You go, do y'all have any free?
If he
free
breaks the
toothpastes?
handle, he has to finish.
Yes. Okay. Now, somebody mentioned, I think it was Elijah said something about his hat. What did you say? He has to not wear a hat for a couple of days or something?
Yeah, I said he got to take the hat off, man. He got to take the hat off, man. Yeah, man. We got
get the hat off, and you have to rock the beard gone, and the hat gone.
Yeah.
If he loses, if he doesn't rank 1 or 2, is that the bet? Is that the bet?
Give Kane vibes off WWE. You know, when he took the mask off, I think it's gonna be those type of vibes for him, man. If he don't win, so I'm looking forward to that.
I love RJ's response. He says, "I'll carry all $5,000 in pennies to every event moving forward with my belts."
Ooh, and he bet belts plural. You saw that plural.
Yes. Okay. So now, people are going to be going Thursday. They're going to be going to the YouTube channel to watch Jen Shelton in the qualifier, so she can sneak into the event. You guys are choosing 3 qualifiers. Do we know any of these other people that are potentially going to be able to get in? Do we have any of their names?
Yes, we have some of their names. Scott Basso. I don't think I'm saying his last name right. Scott Basso. He is a bona fide closer. He's the first one who won in round 1. We have Kendall. We had Kendall Flicken, K2. He ran round 2. Noah, he was in the last year's Closer Olympics. He won round 3. And then remember who won round 4? Because I was in Israel at that time. Who won round 4? Do you remember, Keith?
Round 4.
Was it Tyson? No.
Who was it?
No, Tyson's going to be in this one. Tyson's in. Tyson, a lot of people are going for Tyson against Jen in this one.
I don't know if we're going to take it over Jen after the day.
No, he's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Quijano, are you going to help me get Jen through the qualifiers, or what's up?
Let's do it, bro. What do I need to do?
I mean, you're working with her, right? You guys are doing the lives with her?
Yeah, we're doing it every day. And she's now, Pace, she's not a stranger to these types of competitions. She's already got a belt from one of them.
Yeah, we do. Quijano does an internal sub-2 Olympics inside of our community, and Jen Shelton already has one of the belts, so she knows what it feels like to be under pressure.
She's already used to touching belts. She already used to touching it.
Yes, she has a lot of belts in her closet. Okay, one of them's going to be RJ Bates is going to be signing it and then sending it over to her.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, please, Jen Shelton, wear this to every sub-2 meetup for like the next 5 years. This belt with RJ names on it. Do you guys give a new belt every time, or is it like the Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
new belt, new championship. Yep.
Damn, y'all should take the belt from the previous owner.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the last. Sometimes that beard wasn't too washed last time I seen. I don't know. No, I'm messing with George. The roasting session's on its way.
Okay, so for people that are watching, thank you guys so much. We've had about 2,800 people check in with us today. Thank you so much. Head over to closersolympics.com to get a ticket. They're $97. If you don't have the $97, then you should pray that Jen Shelton doesn't get past the qualifier, because I'm going to be paying for 51 people to get a ticket tonight. Hopefully, hey Elijah, can you have your pull up your phone? Did you get enough DMs tonight?
Let me see. Let me check it right now.
Hey Munif,
What's up?
as he's checking that, I just want to say we're proud of you, brother. Love you. Really love watching you and Love and your daughter, watching you quit your job that your parents wanted you to have your whole entire life just to go full time into real estate. I'm so proud of you, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. I was actually talking to my mom about you, and she says the next time you're in Virginia, she wants to make dinner for you and your wife and the kids, because she is so proud of me and she is so happy that I actually went this path.
Yeah, you've done a great job, brother, and you've been such a great leader in our community. I appreciate everything that you do for our community and who you are, and love you, man. We will see you. You're not going to be there Thursday, but when will we get to see Munif first, Elijah? What day?
You're gonna see him on day 2. He's official stamped in. I mean, he's the top. He's a top 2 closer in the country from last year still. So he's still holding that title, and so he'll be on day 2 of the. But you probably see him next. It's probably on the press conference on the 20th. So when we can see who he's matched up against and day 2 is when he will be actually making phone calls, putting skill sets on the line.
Love it. Munif, we'll see you later, brother. Tell Love we all love her.
Will do.
Be blessed, Munif.
Quijano, as we say goodbye to Munif, I want to just tell you how special you are too. I mean, not only last year for participating in the Closers Olympics, but just for what you do for this community and how big of a giver you are. Everybody in the comments, give Daniel the Q. Dan, your Instagram is Daniel.theq. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is.
Let me ask you a question, Pace. Dan, yeah. Who does the writing for you on the chalkboard back there?
That would be my lady, because I write like a 4-year-old with no phone.
Yeah, that attorney signature.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's full doctor prescription.
Nice. Well, shout out to wifey over there, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying I see that the hints.
Hey, Elijah, I will buy another 10 tickets if you can guess how many dogs that Dan Quijano has.
Wow.
He has 9 dogs.
Okay.
7. 13? He has 7 dogs.
I was close. Oh, the curve. I was gonna let him carry 2 on a seller wrap.
Just give him like 4 more months. He might have like 14. Those dogs, all they do is hump each other.
I need you to not speak that into existence, please.
What type of dog pound you got going on over there?
I'm a pretty good manifester, dude. I think we're gonna have some puppies on the way.
Yeah.
What kind of dogs, Daniel?
They're all Yorkies.
Yorkies?
Fancy. Oh, wow. Hold on. Like, here's one of them right here. This little guy right here.
Look at that guy.
The haircut.
Beauty.
Do you know that one's name, Quijano?
This is Nico.
Can you get all 7 up here?
Let's see if we can do
I
it.
bet all of their name is Nico.
Let's see if we can do it.
Nico Jr.
This is the Drake of our puppies right here.
There's 2 of them. 5 more. Here we go.
Let's do it. Don't give me the big one. This is the big one. Hold on.
Oh, that's the big one.
Oh, I got the big one.
Over there.
Oh my gosh! Somebody please screenshot this and DM Quijano on Instagram stories.
She's grabbing the rest of them because you started a thing. And they're fighting on the desk. It's a whole. Oh, there's another one.
You guys thought I was lying.
Get him in there.
Luna, come here. Here, come here.
How do you remember all their names, dude?
There we go. There we go. This is the insanity that exists in our house on a daily basis.
Look how badass your wife is that she's stepping in there and helping you out.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's how you know got a real one.
Hey, Pace. If Jen doesn't win, why don't you get Daniel maybe 3 or 4 more dogs?
I feel like that's the punishment. If I lose a bet, I have to get another Yorkie.
Right, just so you guys know, this is how bad his dog thing is. He stays in one of my houses. Okay, I have a house for just students. It's like an overflow house. It's on a golf course, and so like when I have an event, I'm always like Quijano and his wife get to stay there because Quijano is such a giver in our community. I'm like, anything Quijano wants. He wants a car. He wants a house. It's all his. He leaves. I get a ticket from the HOA. And they're like, y'all cannot run a zoo in this house.
the lady was looking at us crazy. Turns out like they're all old, right? I wanted to give them some ginseng to make the whole thing go away. They weren't interested. It was a lot. And so I apologize. But yeah, they make it worth it though. They're cute. That's what makes them get away with so much.
I love it, dude. Hey, Keanu, we love you, brother. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
We blessed, D.
Dude, I'm so excited for this Closers Olympics. You know, here's the thing that I think is the most stressful job, to be honest. I think Brent Daniels and Jerry Norton and these guys actually have way harder of a job than you guys probably let on, because you guys have such a strong roster that it's like part of the judging. And I've never been a judge, so I don't know, Brent. This is why I'm going to ask this question. But just be honest with me. You've always been honest with me. Be honest with me here. Do you feel swayed one way or the other based on the potential you think a closer has to elevate their game in the next round?
No, I'm like a goldfish. You know what I mean? I don't remember any of it. It's all a new game. You know what I mean? Like somebody was saying before, you know, you could lose one game, but the next one you start it all over. So it's exciting. I mean, listen, this is what we do all day, and we get to like make it a game. It's amazing. And then if you really go to the seed of this and you understand that you can make an absolute fortune, you can make as much money, you can make as much income as you want if you actually take these skills that that every one of these competitors is putting on display and take it seriously and take it as a skill that you can learn like anything else. I mean, you could make more than a doctor, more than an attorney, more than the CEO of a huge corporation just by sitting in your house making calls to people that have ugly properties, burnt down properties, people that want to get rid of them. They just want a private sale in their property. They don't want to go through a real estate agent. And we get to do this in this country and just be able to use our cell phone and our voice and be able to make millions of dollars. It's bananas. So I celebrate it. I celebrate everybody that has that 30 minutes, and it puts me on pins and needles because I hope that they get like a good lead, you know, a good solid lead of somebody that really wants to sell their property. And so it's just exciting. And when they don't, when they recognize the beautiful part about a Pace is when one of the competitors recognizes that they're not going to be able to lock up this deal, they go, okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, I got to call somebody else that I could buy a property from today. If everybody had that attitude every single day, there'd be way more deals done. Wow. Because people hold on to these leads forever and they go, oh, I feel so warm with these leads and this is so comfortable. But if you put in your mind that you only do business with people that are ready to sign an agreement today, you will find people that will sign an agreement today. Right? Give yourself permission to talk to enough people to where you get enough opportunities and close on people that want to do business today. And that's exactly what this competition highlights. And there's deals that happen during this competition. It's bananas. So it's really, really, really exciting. I think this group is the strongest one that we've seen yet. So I'm really excited about it.
Ruben. Mr. Ruben, Elijah.Ruben.
Yes, sir.
How do I get free tickets? Well, I don't think there's any free tickets left. Do you know how many people DM'd you on my little thing there?
Yeah, you know what? When you do that call to action, the troops salute. They thought I'm getting sub 2 students I didn't even have Instagram pages. Yeah, you definitely got they flooded it. They flooded.
So
it.
you got to pick the first 10 people that flooded you out for free tickets. Now, for the people, here's what we'll do. For the people that, if Jen doesn't get through, okay, what we'll do is I'll give away the 50 spots on next week's Wholesale Hotline if Jen does not get through the qualifier. Okay, that's when we'll give away the other 51 tickets. Now, for the people that don't have the $97, here's what I would do. Don't go to Starbucks for a week. You'll have $97. You'll be fine.
Facts.
Okay. First and foremost, like $97, that's like a loaf of bread nowadays, guys. Like, come on. But the people that don't want to spend the $97 because you're like, wow, I don't know what kind of value I'm going to get. This is, I don't know. I haven't been sold yet. Let me close you real fast. Guys, there's people that charge $10,000 for sales training that these guys are going to give you for $97. Okay. There's people that we're charging $25,000 for sales coaching that these guys are going to give away for 97 bucks.
That's right.
This will be a lot more fun, a lot more interactive. There will be live deals closing. And then I think the most important part is actually going back and watching the previous years. Do I get that with my 97 bucks?
So for $300, you get, not only do you get your access to the event, you get both years over 50 hours of replays for the closing Olympics, and you also get your deals that you might have live inventory on Dispo Day. On the fourth day, you're able to apply and have the closers on Dispo Day dispo your leads and see if they can help close your deals.
Wow. Okay. So instead of me saving my Starbucks money for a week, I got to save my Starbucks money for 3 weeks.
That's all. That's all.
Easy. So guys, if I were you, I'd be buying it up. I think it's phenomenal. I don't think anybody in the industry has ever attempted to do anything like what these boys have done and led the charge on this stuff. So take advantage of the opportunity. Now, for those people that are like, I don't know that I can spend the money right now, I totally get that. Thursday, the qualifiers is free. Is that correct?
That's right.
And I can get there, not by a link that Elijah forgot to set up, but by going to youtube.com and typing in Closers Olympics. You guys have a page over there that you will be live streaming on Thursday, 1 p.m. PST, the qualifiers. That's Jen Shelton. And how many other people are going to be trying to qualify?
3 other people with her. So a total of 4 of them are going to be going head to head.
And how many of them are going to get through on Thursday?
Only one.
Holy smokes. You're joking me.
Only one.
So Jen has a pretty tough job. I might be losing 5,000. But Keith, do you think Jen has a shot?
Man, you know what? I think she does. Especially, if she come in with that mother nature. She's very nurturing, and plus you putting the money on her, so that means you're confident. We got my guy Daniel the Q. He already been working with her. Manif working with her, so she got a shot. She got a shot, and more than anything that she may have over the other competitors, she probably know that creative financing probably the best because she learned from the best, right? So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be pretty creative. So.
I was just gonna ask this question. So you look at Ryan Comerford says, just assigned my 6th sub-2 deal this month.
Oh,
God bless the sub-2 community. I can tell you guys, there's thousands of people that feel that exact way, especially right now as our community gets stronger and stronger. So I got a question. Do they get extra points for knowing creative finance and applying creative finance in the Closers Olympics?
So I don't want to say extra points, but it is a part of the point system. You know what I mean? But I would say that it's something like extra points because most people, they forget about. That's like that one, the one set of points on the scorecard that most people forget about. So I think that if you know it pretty well, then you're going to crush the competition for sure.
Love it. Yeah. Absolutely love it. Alex.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to in the Closers Olympics this year?
I'm looking forward to the actual truth be revealed of like a closing process, because this isn't pre-recorded. This is live and 1,000+ people tune in and watch it at the same time. So you get to see people actually overcome it real time versus seeing an edited video on YouTube, right? And no discredit to anybody editing their closing videos on YouTube, but this is a live competition, and it just adds a lot of realness to the industry, which is getting cussed off the phone and going through those rebuttals and getting stuck in complex situations. Like you get to see the closers overcome that. So it's a great training. We use it for our onboarding process for years now with any new acquisitions. And I've seen lives be changed because of just developing one skill set, and that's the ability to close. And this is going to help many more people do that.
I freaking love it. Brent Daniels.
Yep.
Got a lot of people asking questions in the side chat. You want to do a little Q&A for 11 minutes with the 3 amigos over here?
I love it. Let's open it up. What do we got?
Okay, cool. We have a couple of people asking.
By the way, Pace, can you even leave your house without spending $97 these days? You know what I mean? This is nothing, guys. This is absolutely the return on investment. The price to value equation here is outstanding. I mean, it's bananas. So whatever you have to do, sell your blood. I don't care. get in here and watch this thing and build the skills. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually a great idea. I could go sell my blood and then donate the tickets. I
There
think
you
that
go.
might not be a bad idea.
Donate plasma or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Bone marrow. Just get the $97 and get into this thing.
I love it. Okay, so a couple of questions in the side chat. What is the best time of day to call? Now, that's a funny time. That's a funny question because it also shows the mindset of the person asking the question. The question typically is like, I'm afraid to call, so I need to make sure that I'm only calling at the very specific time. I'm afraid of hearing a no, so I only want to call during the very, 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 very best time, because if I don't, then I might use this thing that Brent Daniels calls creative avoidance.
Yep.
Okay. One of my favorite things Brent ever taught me was the word creative avoidance. People will use any excuse not to do the hard work.
Yes.
Brent,
Well, and
what
we
are your
think that
thoughts at best time to call?
Yeah, we think that, busy is productive, and it's not. So just focus on actual income producing activities, which is having conversations and making offers. That's what this whole business is. And so the best time to call is when you can be consistent. That's it. I mean, when you can time block and when you can set it aside as sacred time, nobody interrupts you during that time. You get your whole family, you get your friends, you get your crew, you get anybody that you live with on your schedule that understands that you don't interrupt during this time because I'm hunting for opportunities. And then you just time block that time. And that is the most critical time. And from a pick up and answer standpoint, if the sun's up, it's a good time.
Nice.
Right.
I'll add something to it. You have to put yourself in miracle territory, and sitting not on the phones is not miracle territory. And then one thing that really helped us mindset wise was everybody's on a different timeline or timing, right? So you may call somebody at 10 a.m. They don't answer. I call them at 2 p.m. They answer, right? We forget that we're dealing with people dealing with different situations, different schedules, different work schedules, and all the above. So it's now, right? It's putting yourself in miracle territory, and just making the calls. So we close deals at 2 a.m. I'm not saying call at 2 a.m, but inbound leads that come, we answer, we've closed them, and we've closed deals at 2 p.m. So it's just about putting yourself in miracle territory.
Alex, I remember going to one of your events. This was probably 4.5 years ago, and it was in the Biltmore Hotel. Don Ruffin was in the room. Do you remember that awesome event?
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Zadie was in that room. I think I'm selling a house to Zadie right now.
Hey.
Keith, were you in that room too?
Yeah, I was in there. Yeah.
I have pictures from that weekend. It was excellent.
So here's what I remember from that, being in that room. My wife had a baby that night, and I was in the transitionary period. This is 4.5 years ago. I was a home investor at the time, and I was transitioning out of it, and I was having a hard time wrapping my brain around where do leads come from, right? And that's why I went to your event. You guys helped me a lot. It was so great watching you break down your podio, and you showed me this this deal that you had, that you guys followed up with the seller, I think like 117 times or something crazy.
It was up there, yeah.
And I was just like, wow, okay, cool. This is great. Because at the time I was only doing inbound leads. I was only doing direct mail. Anyway, that night, I closed the deal, as I'd been doing for years before. I closed the deal at 2:00 in the morning. How? Because that's when a person called me back, and I was like, it was so funny. You were saying something similar in your event. You were saying like, you close deals all hours of the day. Like, it's the weirdest thing. You get calls, PPC leads come in at 1:00 in the morning sometimes.
I take them.
And you got to take them, because a PPC lead is like, they're hot. They're typing in something on your website right now. And so my lead was actually a PPC lead at 2:00 in the morning. My wife had just given birth at like 11 p.m. I'm in the hospital. A ping comes across my phone, and I'm calling the seller, and I'm locking up the deal. So guys, sellers are on Google looking at PPC leads. They're looking for wholesaler websites. They're looking for buy my house cash, all hours of the night. The best time to call, the best time to do this business is right now. That's it. Right now.
Facts.
Let's see what we got. What about this is good. Joel, he's a classic overthinker. I love Joel. He's a great person. Some of his questions are the best, but He is a classic overthinker, self-admittedly. So I'm not attacking him. This is coming from Joel himself. He says this all the time. He says, best way to not be like everyone else in sales, ? What are ways you guys open up and cool down sellers to get deeper into their pain? Always here to sound simple, then confuse them with big words. Okay, so let's go back to the question. What's a way to be not like everyone else? And what are some ways you guys open up and cool down the sellers to get deeper into their pain? Keith, you got your head nodding. Do you mind going first on this?
It's one of my bread and butters, man. It's one of my favorite things. You know, first and foremost, the best thing you got to offer any seller is just being yourself. You know what I mean? I think that's like one of the best ways you can be different. It's just being exactly who you are. And as far as like digging deep into the pain, I got these things called the pain point questions. And those questions are the questions you ask after you ask a seller, hey, it seemed like a pretty nice property. Let me ask you this. I mean, what would you say is the reason they should look to sell the property? And most people are just skip right past that after they get that first answer, not realizing that once you go deep and deeper and deeper, that's when the true answer going to reveal itself. I like to ask, how long this been going on? Have this affected you? Have it been affecting your family? If you don't sell the property right now, do you see the situation getting any better or getting any worse? If you don't sell this property, or if you did sell the property at the moment, what would that do for you right now? How would that make you feel? You know what I mean? And when you're asking questions like this, the more that they spilling out to you, the more that they talking about their situation, talking about themselves, the more you're going to get the opportunity to be able to relate to them and the opportunity to be able to build that trust with the seller. So I think if you take that with the combination, you just being yourself and, and relating through your life experiences, I think you're going to, be in a great position.
Love it. Thank you. I appreciate that answer a lot. Keith, we actually bought your course years ago. I don't even remember you messaging you. I was like, man, I'm so proud of you. This course is great.
Yes, sir.
Love it. And you're one of the great closers of our entire industry. Like, forget about our generation, of our entire industry.
For sure.
I appreciate that.
Something I want to add to that. A weird thing that I do, this is not in a sales book. This is a weird thing that I do. Dude, I love movies. Okay. And if you're a salesperson, you're a storyteller, right?
Yep.
You know how to tell a story.
Right.
And so you love movies, you love TV shows. Here's what I love about movies and TV shows. I love character development. I like story arcs. I like, there's this massive problem that they're trying to overcome and how they overcome it. And how did they get into that bad problem in the first place? I want to know. Tell me, don't just start me on the problem and then the victory. I want to see the character develop. And so if you just sit down and you watch a movie and you take notes on, okay, opens up here, the character does this, then it does this, and it leads into this problem. They then have to go and solve these problems by bringing A, B, and C to the table, and then they overcome it, and that's the end of the movie. When I'm on a call with a seller, I always ask the question, how's the journey been so far of selling your house? And they start telling me, I go, okay, well, catch me up to speed. Or how did that make you feel? And all I'm trying to do in my mind is, if I'm a movie producer, do I have enough information to make an entire story arc out of the questions and the answers that I've obtained? And in my mind, I now go, okay, I got the whole entire scene. I got the character, how they got here. I know exactly it. But what I see, what Keith says all the time, is people hear the seller go, well, I'm moving. That's why I'm selling. You imagine going into a movie and paying $20 for a movie ticket, and you just hear like, well, yeah, I'm moving. So it's like the movie would be 7 minutes long.
The end.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You are a movie producer. You are a storyteller. You are a script writer. As a salesperson, you need to obtain the information from the character that you're talking to in order to write this movie. So take your time. Would you say, Alex, that the most important time of being on the phone with the seller is putting that story together of how they got into where they're at in order for you to apply the appropriate tool to solve their problem?
100%. I want to say, like, every seller call we've had that's over an hour, it's like a 98% close rate. Once they explain the whole movie and they do it, it's like they don't go on to the next investor and spend another 2 hours on the phone. Like, you have it. It's storytelling, to your point.
It's storytelling. It's one of the reasons why I have Big Boy from Outkast right here behind me.
Art of storytelling.
Art of storytelling part 1 and art of storytelling part 2. It reminds me that as a closer, all 5 of us on the screen are closers. Our job is nothing more than being a film director. Now, RJ says he's a short film director. We're not talking, RJ. We're not talking about length tonight, brother. We're talking about movies over here. We're talking about, and we're not talking about home movies. Okay, we're talking about different movies, not the ones you film behind closed doors. Okay.
You don't have to say something on what you shared, Pace, and I really think what you're hitting on the head about it. Two things I like to do, especially after what you do at the start of your call. I think it's really important to set the table, right? Because if you set the table, they know, all right, hey, you're the director, this is the actor, that's the cameraman. You let them know, hey, I may not be your buyer, all right? I don't pay retail for properties. Obviously, I don't expect you to give away the property. If you get a number that works for you, works for me, great, we move forward. If not, we simply part as friends. Okay, so now you take the pressure off. You let them know how this is going to go. You're exerting authority and confidence that this is not your first rodeo. Because think about it, people are really buying your confidence. They're buying, are you going to be able to solve my problem so I never have to talk to somebody else about this again? Are you the doctor that can fix me? And then I like to ask them right after I take the little serious at the very beginning, a little bit, match a mirror. Then I like to ask, so what did I catch you doing over there? And by you doing that, if they let the guard down, like, oh, I'm watching TV or I'm cooking supper, if they let the guard down and tell you what they're doing, now you have built a real connection with this person. And now they let you into the house. And now you're sitting on the front lawn with them. I mean, verbally, you're in the kitchen with them talking about, well, what you're making. You can save me a plate. All right, now let's talk about this. I feel like that's a part of not only the storytelling, but creating an atmosphere where they're able to trust you and buy into what you're doing by setting the table up front to separate yourself from other people.
I love it. Just like what Rogue Steve is saying, Elijah is saying, he's just reiterating what you're saying. I may not be your buyer. Is it okay if we decide to say no to each other? Great. One of the, and guys, this transcends sales in real estate. The same thing was said to me, my wife, Laura, when I went on my first date with her 15 years ago. I said, here's the 5 non-negotiables of who I am. And if these are not things that you can get on board with, let's just have a great meal. And let's have 2 hours where we just get to know funny things about each other, have a couple of laughs, but let's not have a second date if you're not okay with these 5 things. And I pointed out, I love to work. Work is where my identity is. So if you wanting me to slow down working is something in your identity, and you want a man that's at home chilling, watching sports and whatnot, I'm probably not a guy for you. And that's never been a problem for me, right? And I made sure that we were a good fit from up front. Guys, these upfront contracts transcend sales. Or maybe what should I say is I should say this upfront contract is something that can be useful in every facet of your life.
Pace, if she said no, would you split the bill, or would you cover the bill?
I would have covered the bill and said, thank you for being honest.
Oh, see, good man.
Thank you for being honest. Thank you for avoiding myself and yourself going through a lot of pain and heartache, finding out we were the wrong ones. And I would have moved on, like Brent's point earlier. Brent says, you know how many people would make so much more money in this business if they just quickly moved on as fast as possible. You have the upfront contract Elijah thrown out there. You're trying to build rapport. The second you build rapport, like Keith is talking about, you can't get there. You feel like there's just a disconnect, and you just go, I'm moving on. I'm going to go find the person that's ready to say yes. A lot more people would make a lot more money. Now, I want to say thank you to my 3 friends on the screen, Alex Science, Keith Everett, Elijah Rubin, Fire King. Love all 3 of you boys. I'm so proud of what you guys are doing. Thank you for helping me in my journey. That's the great thing about collaborators, that we've all collaborated and we've all helped each other out. I watch you guys not as close physically as we used to be, because Alex is off buying helicopter businesses, and I think he owns half of Sedona at this point.
Mr. Sedona.
Mr. Sedona, bro, are you moving up there?
Yeah, within the next 3 years. For
okay,
sure.
I called it. You've been
We're
manifesting.
We bought a huge helicopter business, so
I love it. I could see you doing that thing. I love it. So I don't get to see you guys as much as we used to back in the days where we run around town and hang out with each other a lot more frequently. But I admire you from, my viewpoint. And I'm so appreciative of everything you guys have given to us, me personally, to the community, to everybody inside of our industry. So thank you guys so much. I really look forward to watching the Closers Olympics Thursday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on a YouTube channel called youtube.com/Closers Olympics. And get your tickets. Go to closersolympics.com. Get your tickets. $97 for the unbelievably inexpensive, cheap seats. 1 week's worth of Starbucks, $97. I don't know about you, Brent, but that's probably like 1 day, 2 days for you at Starbucks.
Yeah, one. Yeah, minimum. That's one drink, I think.
Right. No, nowadays with inflation.
So thank you, boys. I appreciate you. We've got Brent Daniels. You want to take us home on our 175th episode?
I do. Thank you guys so much for being on here, guys. Closersolympics.com. Closersolympics.com. I would spring for the bonus package of $300 to get the 50 hours, especially if you plan on building a real business out of this and having some really incredible training material for your acquisition managers, your sales floor. Once you start building them out, you can put them right in front of this and it'll save. I mean, you're looking at 30, 40 years of experience that are going to be in your hands for all of those replays, plus all of 30, 40 years that are going to be live performing and showing you exactly how to do it. So it's absolutely incredible. So make sure you go to closersolympics.com. And before my 6-year-old leaves the house every morning at the front door, or when I walk him to school 2 to 3 times a week, I tell him the same thing: be kind, confident, and curious. And that's really all this is. Kind, confident, and curious. You put those into your world and you're going to be unstoppable. And that's it. Wholesale Hotline number 175. We out. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah.
Or just say squat up.
So squat up and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So squat up and enjoy the show.
What are you doing?
I didn't say that thing.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
So squat up and enjoy the show.
Cool. I think we should use the one where Jamil doesn't say anything.